After you guys beat UCF the other day, Coach Brown was talking about he was glad that you won, wasn't overly thrilled about the way you played. What have you tried to clean up between the UCF game and going into tomorrow night against Louisville?
I think it's just paying attention to details. I think that's the main thing that he was really harping on against UCF. I think we turned it on, turned it off at different points in the game. I think for 40 minutes we just have to play consistently and stay together as a team like we did against Connecticut.
You guys are going into tomorrow night ranked 18th in the country. Louisville comes in ranked 11th. What concerns you the most about that matchup?
Just they're national champions last year, so they have experience. That's one of the things. So they're not afraid of our environment playing against us on the road. I think they have a big low post presence. Harrell, he's a really good post player. So I think we just have to try to stick together defensively and try to box out and rebound together as a team.
Everybody knows about Russ Smith, their guard, preseason All-American on a lot of teams. Who else concerns you besides him? If he's the marquee guy, what are the other pieces to that puzzle that make them really a tough challenge?
I think they just have a good three-headed monster with him, Jones, and also Hancock. He was a valuable player in the Final Four. So I think they just have a good group of guards that we have to try to contain and stay in front of.
When you face a team with a marquee guard like that, whether it's one of the guys you mentioned there, or Napier at UConn, or Kilpatrick at Cincinnati, do you have someone who specifically impersonates them in practice?
We try to. I mean, Coach Brown gives us a guy and then try to do the tendencies that they do. But I think it's just when we get in the game, just trying to put our mind to it and stop them the best way we can.
So who's impersonating him this week as you get ready for Louisville?
Ben Moore impersonating Russ Smith, so it's kind of interesting.
What's the key to presenting a good look or a good impression of what he can do?
Just trying to get to the rim, attacking all the time, trying to slash in the rim like Russ Smith does, get off ball screens. He works a lot off a high ball screen, so we're just trying to imitate what he does.
Nick Russell said yesterday that you guys are a completely different team than the one that went to Louisville at the start of your conference season. What's the biggest differences that you see in your team and in Louisville when you've done a little scouting getting ready for Wednesday?
Biggest difference, I think we just play harder as a team, as a unit. I think at the beginning of the conference and just at the beginning of the year, Coach Brown had a lot of problems with us not playing hard all the time. I think that's one of the biggest things, that we've played hard as a unit. Everybody knows their role on the team now. And so I think tomorrow will be a better matchup for us.
Coach Brown said yesterday, you really can't stop Russ Smith. I mean, last game he played pretty well as well. But what do you guys have to do to shut down all those other pieces, like Hancock, who had career high against you guys earlier this year? How important is it to play team defense against this team?
It's really important because they're not just a one-man team. They have a lot of guys on the team that can do a lot of different things. So I think defensively we just have to load up on everybody else and try to contain them. And also with Russ Smith, I think we're not going to stop him, but I think we can at least contain him and make his night tough for him. So I think that's just the main thing, try to help defensively and key on everybody else as well.
At the beginning of the year, Rick Pitino said that this year's Louisville offense might be better than the one that helped them win the national title last year. How does the Louisville offense stack up against the other top offenses that you've faced this year?
I think it's up there. They can produce a lot of points in any given time, but I think we can stop them just like we've done other teams as well that have high-powered guards. I think we just have to play together defensively and do all the little things.
How important is it for you guys to stay out of foul trouble? Last game, Marcus Kennedy fouled out and Ben Moore had 4. Talk about how important it is to stay out of foul trouble, and then on the other end, make the free throw opportunities when you get them.
That's really important because Marcus has been getting in a lot of foul trouble lately in these past couple of games. So I think just for Marcus to just have a really good game, he needs to stay out of foul trouble. That's one of the main things to keep his rhythm in check and also Ben. And I think on the offensive end, we have to attack, be the aggressor tomorrow night, and try to get to the free throw line, also make those free throws, because I think we get to the line a pretty good amount of time.
The first time you met Louisville 2 months ago, I guess, you barely made over 50% of the free throws and weren't shooting threes particularly well, yet it was only an eight-point game. What did you guys do that was effective, that kept you in that game, that maybe you can repeat tomorrow night?
Just defense. That's the main thing. We got stops. So that's the main thing that we have to do, try to get stops. And then hopefully with the little home court advantage, we'll make our free throws and get a little bit more threes.